Thanks so much for keeping with us here on Evening Plus. The app and technology fields are, of course, always growing. And here in Michigan, that's thanks in part to the Apple Development Academy in collaboration with Apple and Michigan State University. I'm joined now by Dr. Sarah Grutter, the director of the Academy. Dr. Grutter, thank you so much for being here. You guys just had your 4th class graduate of this program, and we've got some pictures that'll be shown in a minute. But for anyone who's not familiar, what is this program all about? It's really cool, and it's such an up-and-coming field that's always growing right now, as you know.
It is. Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Julia. A pleasure to share the beauty that was this graduation. It's always such a moment of celebration. We've had hundreds of learners going through the program.
Yeah.
Like you said, it is a partnership between MSU, Michigan State University, and Apple, with the support of the Gilbert Family Foundation in Detroit. And we've been really happy to have 4 years of that experience so far, where learners can attend this tuition-free program. It is 9 months. It's very intensive, very immersive. And learners really explore this app economy that guide every single decision we make on a daily basis, whether it's the phone we carry in our pockets, the watches we have. They learn the basics of coding. They learn basics of design, so user interface design, user experience research, and fundamentals of business, right? What does it mean to be on the App Store? What does it mean to talk and market your app once you've created it? So it's been a really great celebration to see this cohort go through the program and celebrate the great work they've done this past year.
Yeah, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's more than 1,000 people at this point have gone through this program, with this latest class just recently graduating. What often are people doing after this program, if you could talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the beauty of the program, it is open to anyone 18 and older. And what we've seen over the years is an interest from growing populations that are attending the program. So this past year, our learners were from 18 to 72 years old.
That is so awesome.
It is fascinating, but it makes it interesting because everybody has a different journey for their post-academy experience. So I will say for our younger learners that are maybe out of high school and are interested, or in college, are interested in very experiential learning opportunities, this is a great space for them to work in teams, experience what this hybrid of school and work looks like, have deadlines, and really understand the product development process. For our groups that are maybe in their mid-30s and older, that are looking for a space to skill up or reskill in areas of work, this is another great space for them to practice those technology skills that you may not have access to learn from anywhere. And for our older or more seasoned learners, if you will, this is also a great opportunity for continuing the beauty of learning and really experiencing what this technology can do for them.
And of course, the amount of apps that we have access to, I'm just thinking about what's on my phone right now. It's dozens of apps. I'm always changing them, adding new ones, deleting. This is a field that's been around for, a little while, I would probably say, but there's so much potential moving forward. There's so many people who think, oh, that could be an app, or I'm going to design an app. It's not a quick thing to do, but it can be a very lucrative project, of course, but there's a lot of skill involved. This isn't an easy field to go into, at all.
It is, and whether, technology is present everywhere, so whether you are in IT or a tech field, or in health, or in the skilled trades, technology is present. So it's not only the development of the app itself, it's that comfortability with the technology and being able to understand what happens behind the screen of the black box that we use for work on a daily basis.
Yeah, and you were saying too, the business development side of it.
Absolutely.
You can create this incredible app, but if nobody knows about it or it hasn't been marketed at all, it's not going to go anywhere. If people are hearing about this right now and this is something they're interested in, how does this program work? How can they get involved? What does that sort of look like?
Absolutely. We enroll a new cohort of learners, about 200 of them every fall. So we have a website with an application process that we invite people to join and visit and follow the application process to join the program. We're more than excited to accept Michiganders and open to anyone who's interested in learning more.
Yeah, and this is based out of where exactly? Where is this program happening?
We are in Detroit. This is Michigan State University in Detroit.
Yeah, so that's something to keep in mind if folks are interested. And has this been pretty competitive? I know it's relatively new, but is this a relatively competitive program as well?
It is. We receive more applications than we can accommodate, but we are very happy with the process that we've put in place and the quality of the candidates that we get every year.
Awesome. Anything I haven't asked, anything else you want people at home to know, or any other information to share just about this program?
One of the fascinating things we've seen this past year and that's been growing over time is really that focus on lifelong learning and continuing education that we've been focusing on at Michigan State University. As an example, this past year, even at graduation on stage, we saw one team that was fully family members.
Oh,
so
wow.
5 family members that came together and created an app that was really reflective of their personal experiences in their families. And we had another team that actually had not one but 2 mother-daughter duos working together to learn and grow their own skill sets at the same time.
So so just because you're not high school or college age does not mean that this program isn't for you. You've seen every age group involved in this so far, which is really cool.
Yes, it is
All
really
right.
cool.
Well, Dr. Sarah Grutter, thank you so much for being here and talking about this. And again, you can find much more information online about the program. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be